do this.
Scotch, bourbon, and rye, yeah, we on that whiskey. Wanna discuss an array of topics, conversation simply. Gonna drop your whiskey bars with the sip hitting fold. Could you pass it? You want more? Another glass, let it flow. Steady pour. Steady pour. Yeah, a steady pour. A steady pour of growing, a steady pour of sharing, a steady pour of knowing. Now pass that Glen Carry. So pull up a chair, grab a glass, and enjoy a melanin-infused perspective with a whiskey twist. Yeah, yeah, a steady pour.
Hey y'all, it's your Pour Coach Drew from A Steady Pour. Quick note before we get into the episode. This conversation was recorded back in February when the news first broke. Since then, there have been a few updates. The lawsuit is still ongoing, and Bardstown Bourbon Company has responded, denying the allegations and stating they plan to defend themselves in court. Pete Marino is still named in the lawsuit, but has since stepped down from his leadership role, which the company says is unrelated. We'll continue to follow the case and share updates as they come. Now let's get into the episode. What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Pretty good.
I'm doing right. Pretty well, actually.
Y'all been checking out the whiskey news? What's out here in these whiskey streets?
I mean, I try to keep up. It goes quick.
We try our hardest, but there's so much
happening.
I know.
Parts, moving pieces, and whatnot.
Well, hot off the press, someone was not having a great week, month,
year.
Or
It's just like, we were so high, and it's like, what's going on now?
So, Tone, what's going on with Bardstown Bourbon Company?
Kind of pulled from a couple of different sources that have been reporting on this topic, but our friend Chris Blattner, Urban Bourbonist, did a post about it.
Urban Bourbonist, shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Chris. Sylvia E. Saunders, who's a former VP of HR at Bardstown Bourbon Company, has filed a lawsuit against the company, its CEO, Mark Irwin, and its private equity owner, Pritzker Private Capital. She claims she was fired in retaliation after submitting a written complaint alleging gender discrimination, racism, age bias, workplace misconduct, and regulatory compliance issues, including alcohol and safety concerns. The lawsuit includes claims of discrimination, retaliation, hostile work environment, and defamation, and she's seeking damages in a jury trial. It says the company has not yet publicly responded in court, and the case is now going to move through civil process. So, yikes.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is on top of the label mishaps.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's bad timing on that front.
I know, right? It's like, what?
But yeah, and there's a lot more details of like really specific incidents that happened.
Yeah.
I think she was actually fired almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
Wow.
2 years ago. Okay.
So this is something that's kind of been brewing. I think she had brought some of the allegations to them and kind of said, hey, you know, what's going on? Is this going to be addressed?
And then just kind of dismissed her, and now she's like, all right.
She
She
got
tried
fired.
to handle it like with them,
Went through the proper
within
channels,
company,
yeah.
and then just didn't work out for her, so she had to
Yeah.
go legally. I get you.
So, yes, these are allegations, but these are some
Correct.
very serious allegations.
Right.
That,
From the head of HR.
yes. And speaking to something that is pervasive, allegedly, throughout the company. Like, that's, like, it's not like I'm pointing at one person.
Well,
what
she's kind of pointing at,
Well,
mainly, I should say, one person.
yeah, leadership at the top, because that sets the tone. I get that.
But it's as the culture in whole, I think. She's kind of attacking more of what's been allowed to kind of progress.
Just the fact that she can point to these things about this one person and nobody really doing anything about it.
Right.
But she came to that one person.
She did first.
to
yeah.
address it, and then
And then
by
she
her
went to
doing
the-
that. It led to the, I guess, termination.
Well, I think well, I could be wrong, but it sounded like she went to him. He kind of just kind of shoot her away. She went above him, and that's what led to her termination.
Scored it out. Yeah.
And so what we're seeing is a lot of people in the whiskey community are wondering, why aren't we seeing a lot more people talking about this? Like we've seen plenty of others talk about other things that are happening in court with other whiskey companies. And while this one speaks to, pretty like terrible culture.
Yeah.
Now, I think
amongst the very popular brand.
right. Sure. And so as a whiskey community, we should be concerned about this.
Yes.
And if we are coming together around, the whiskey that we love, right, in community, we want to expect certain standards or values be upheld in how they operate their business.
For sure.
And so that needs to. That's where I think the sense of urgency of why aren't we talking about this, because everyone needs to know, the whiskey industry needs to know this is something that we don't tolerate. And therefore, we want to make sure that this is being taken seriously and not just,
Right.
Cast
Cast aside.
Being brushed under the rug and just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. Because if this is what's being, if any of this is true, which
There's a lot
Sounds
of smoke.
pretty true.
There's a lot of smoke. It's hard to think there's not fire. I mean, it might not all be true, but
Right.
I mean, if you read that article, it's very clear and concise about her complaints and what
Very
she-
specific moments.
very like across the board, like ageism, racism, sexism, like it's just
All the isms.
all the isms. Like he covered all his bases. Not to make
there's
joke
things
of it, but,
about like underage drinking and kind of like
this is not good. stuff.
Right.
culture that was allowed to kind of just happen and people turning a blind eye to that.
Or being drunk on the job.
Right.
Or intoxicated on the job.
Very scary stuff, man.
why do you think people are quiet about this? Or do you think people are quiet about this?
Because they like the brand and they don't want to see the collapse of the product that they like because of stupid people on top, which is a problem kind of across the board in big business in general. That's why.
Are we comparing this to a second? I don't know if I can say that to the Uncle Nearest and what they've been going through lately with their trials and whatnot. Like people are talking about that a lot. I feel like it's been
There.
I mean, I wasn't, but
no, but I'm saying people are talking about that, but they're kind of brushing this under the rug. Like, and why is it not the same treatment for BB? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
please, what were you about to say?
I hear what you're saying though. Yeah.
Is it
Why are
like,
they not?
is it a stigma in the industry that I don't know. I don't want to put that. I want to put that out there if it's not the truth.
Ooh,
but
yeah, you don't want to put that out there as you're putting it out there.
It's just getting the conversation started, pretty much.
So let me just, I guess, make sure that I understand the perspective that you're coming from. Is it seems to be that when it is the company, the female, black, predominantly owned business doing some sort of wrongdoing that in comparison to the wrongdoing being done is relatively minor. And the backlash that has been and the conversation around that compared to what seems to be pervasive and ongoing issues
Years,
right
It's been years.
across a broad spectrum of allegations,
Like not good stuff.
that just doesn't seem to be talked about at all.
Yeah,
Is that kind of where you're going with that?
kind of. I mean, I guess nothing is. I guess you're innocent to proven guilty, right? So I guess maybe that could be the aspect too. Is like, oh, we don't know what's going on. Let's let it go to trial before we actually have a discussion about it. So I don't know. I don't
but
know.
people get real picky and choosy as to when it comes to like, well, let's wait to get
Let
the
the facts come
detail
out.
right. Let's wait for all the facts to come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
They jumped on Uncle Nearest pretty quick. You know what I mean? They wasn't letting those facts come out. So, yeah, I don't know. It's
And we'll be back the following week to give you more. Right?
It's
Right.
It's disturbing, man. I think the part that like kind of is tough is that we know people who work for Bardstown
Yeah.
that we've interacted with that are very cool.
We know
so it's
people
like-
that what's the word I'm looking for? That buy theirs for their business, for their
Yes.
companies.
Yeah. And so like to think that maybe this environment's been happening for a while and that's something that maybe they've known and kind of worked through and tolerated and you know that this is something they might have seen or you know might not be surprised to hear maybe if they didn't see firsthand. It's tough, man. And I think just in general whiskey and the whiskey and bourbon industry has kind of a good old boys, you know, mentality around it. You know what I mean? It's like,
1000%.
it's just this kind of thing where it's like, you know, you hear all these stories about how they were started and, you know, Grandpappy's recipe from back in the 1800s and passed down. And, you know, I feel like the downside to some of that stuff is what's happening now. Like this kind of story is something that has been tolerated and maybe some people have tried to, you know, bring some
Speak
stuff
up
up
about it.
and it's always been brushed down and
pushed
right.
down.
And so like a story like this comes out and you're like, how did it get to this point?
But we know how it got to this point.
Right.
Are you wondering like if this is going across like multiple brands? Is not like is that what you're going
Bardstown
with?
is
Like,
not the only one who,
I guarantee you.
I guarantee you. They're the ones who are caught in a lawsuit about it right now. They are
Right.
not the only ones who this has happened to.
Right.
100%.
how deep is
And the
rabbit hole
worst
go?
part is that it's almost like the company protecting the higher ups when it should be the other way around. You know what I mean? The higher ups should be not the ones that you're worrying about protecting. The brand and all of that stuff should come first. So as soon as the allegations first started to come out, there should have been an internal investigation.
They needed
and
to
just
take it
like, all right,
seriously. Yeah.
right, we need to nip this in the bud. But we know that's not usually what happens when it comes to big business, especially in the whiskey community, because let's be honest, the whole thing is kind of like an illegal business that turned legal, and now that it is legal, like
Right.
people are able to make money off of it, but nobody ever talks about the years that the shit was illegal.
Right.
And y'all made a whole lot of money whilst it was illegal, and now that it is legal, everything's supposed to be all good.
Yeah.
But we also know that only works for some,
Right.
because other people that were trying to make money off of those same illegal things now get caught and they're throwing the book at them.
So I do want to say, right, again, these are allegations.
Yeah.
However, when there's allegations like this, and we understand things got to play out in court, what can we point to that's visible to us to show that they don't promote a culture that it's allegating, right? In the sense of
Alleging.
sorry, so that they are like, what in their culture are they promoting, or are they saying anything saying that this is not true, that we promote this is what we do in the company, this is our standards, this is our...
Have you seen anything?
As
From
far as I've seen, they haven't responded at all. I
Right.
think they are waiting. They're
They're just waiting it out.
haven't
for
said
the day in
anything.
court. They're probably gathering their defense and, you
and-
know, trying to think of how they can counterattack this. I don't think that they're even acknowledging.
And I'm just asking
even
this
going
question
on.
because I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
research their, I don't know if you go to their website and you look at their About Us, and this is what we stand for, right? I don't know if they...
integrity, honor, and all that.
Integrity.
Really? Yeah.
But
Not underage drinking.
But if they have information about in there about what they do stand for, what their culture is about, and they communicate that to all of their employees when they come in, as
Yeah.
new orientation, right? They have trainings to make sure that a lot of these things don't happen or not a part of their culture.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have a lot of that. It doesn't mean
You
that.
sure? I'm just asking. I don't.
Well, okay, I can't.
That's what I-
Well,
that's what
you
I
know
asked.
who would be a
Say for
good
sure.
person to ask? The head of HR.
Yeah.
That's why.
Can't
Right.
do
That's
that.
why. That's what I'm
just
getting
saying.
at. That's yeah.
And the fact that that's the person who's bringing these allegations,
Right.
makes it even more like, okay,
Right.
she knew all this stuff. You know what I mean?
And to be honest, it feels like it's not necessarily company culture, but more of a few people higher up doing shitty things. She called them out on it, like, you don't want to do this because XYZ. You don't want to do that. You can't say this because
Right.
XYZ, because that's her job.
That's her job.
And then they're just like, yeah,
Move
whatever.
along, right.
Right. And then she's like, nah, I'm here to protect the company from basically you. And then going above them to do that very same thing. And then they just go, yeah, you're the problem, not.
Yeah, the fact that there are people in power that are doing this.
Right.
That's the big.
And that's the issue. Because it doesn't seem like the whole company, like some of these companies, it's like a company-wide
right.
issue.
I think we got to specify that too. Like, it's not that their company is particular people.
It seems like, right.
Well, we don't
Again,
we don't
we
know
don't
for
know
sure.
all
we
the
don't know how
details.
deep the rabbit hole goes.
But just from what we read on this, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah,
HR, she was doing her job. So I think company-wise, they were fine. I think it was she was pointing out these incidents as like,
This is not
need to
good.
clean
this is
up.
not good. This
Right.
is not good. This is not good. And they were just like, you're not good. Get out of here.
And here's another reason why it should be talked about, and is the fact that what's in the name? It's Bardstown Bourbon Company.
BBC.
It is so. Please, no,
BBC.
no. That's why I get annoyed about
if we
people.
gonna do acronyms.
Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing the BBC. It is Bardstown Bourbon Company. They are representing a town called Bardstown
for sure.
that is supposed to be the true
Bourbon capital.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is a company that has Bardstown in its name. So Bardstown needs to make sure that this is not what's actually happening.
Right.
Where's the mayor of Bardstown? Like, you'll step up and say something.
You know what I mean? You know who should. Do you know what company should be right in the front lines to make sure that this is carried out appropriately?
Who's that?
Pat's Place. Pat's Place has been breaking down
Pat.
racial barriers since.
Shout out to Pat.
You know,
Not with you.
Y'all-
right
y'all-
now.
Y'all
Y'all-
can sit anywhere.
Y'all remember that story? Y'all remember that story, right?
Sit anywhere
I was
you
there.
want.
Y'all can
for it.
sit anywhere you like. Oh man, I felt so welcomed.
She would be disgusted by this lawsuit right now.
Yes.
Like, how dare you,
Probably.
Bardstown
Yes.
Company? How dare you?
Yes.
Like, what we represent over here?
Yeah, you got our name.
Get him, Pat.
Get him, Pat. Shout out to Pat. I was even there for that.
He really wore the shirt
Place
too.
is on my shirt.
Wow.
He brought
Okay.
his shirt out.
Did
not
not
realize
realize that you had this shirt on.
Pat.
Sweets Family and Diner.
Yes.
First of all,
I
Yes.
missed the first bullet.
They should be appalled by these allegations, and they should be asking what is going on. This is not representative of our
Pat's
town,
Place, the ball's
of
in the
how we
court.
treat our customers and those that come into the bourbon capital of the world
and employees.
and employees. We don't stand for right, Pat.
I would think they would double down on that. I think they
Right?
would. They would follow.
I think
they would agree.
Yeah.
Based on that, I wasn't even there for that experience, but y'all portrayed it for me. Y'all laid
Pat's
it out.
Place is my first
And
stop
I
at
was just like,
Bardstown.
yo, that sounded amazing,
Right.
man. Like, y'all can say it any way you like.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want to
Yes.
sit anywhere I like. I want to be welcomed with open arms.
But no, I mean, I think it's disturbing. It's tough to hear. You know, being that we're
How long has it been out now? Like this lawsuit for
We just heard
Very
about this like a
recent.
couple. Well,
last week.
last week?
I believe the lawsuit first came out.
Yeah, they gotta say something. Like, they haven't said anything at all.
Like
since
last week, and she was fired 2 years ago.
2 years,
Yeah.
and they haven't said anything to, like, even just fake defend themselves or like.
Let
they
me
haven't
ask you
said-
this: where would one get general bourbon news, whiskey news? Like, what's happening in the? Is that something that we need to be more proactive of, like
I think so.
calling to the forefront?
Yeah, especially stories that we are interested in, and that, 'cause
Well, yeah, I'm not
there's a
gonna
lot
do
of
stories I'm not interested
No,
in.
I'm just saying, like, something like this.
Something like this.
But something that has an impact on the industry.
Right, that other people aren't really talking about. I think it is important for us to step up and say something.
All right.
So,
I mean, based on media
Should we-
silence.
We need like a paralegal or something.
Should we
Somebody
ask
that's-
AI? That sounds like an AI job.
no.
Actually,
informed.
it kind of
It
is
sounds like
AI.
an
job.
AI Google alert.
What's the latest in whiskey news?
Yeah,
Gemini.
come on.
Good and bad. Because
Right.
Yeah,
Good
on,
and
Tone.
bad.
you look at
Tone.
the social media, you get all the good.
Tone, use the calculator, Tone.
Hey,
Come
you
on.
get a lot of bad,
Use the
too.
calculator.
Drag
this
me
is
kicking
true.
and screaming. I'm not going.
Use the calculator, Tone.
No. Nope.
It's all right.
I don't like you, Skynet.
It likes you, though. It's there for you.
I don't want that. No. It's got all your
It's
data.
not going anywhere.
But I think we're going to keep following this.
For sure.
I'm sure there's going to be more that comes out. Maybe we'll hear what Bardstown has to say. Maybe some other people in the industry will speak up and say some things. Maybe
I want to know what Pat has to say about this.
Oh my god.
What does Pat's place have to say about this? This is not.
This guy. I just hope justice is served, man. I hope. I mean,
Yes.
I hope that it's not the company wide. It's just bad apples within the company that can be removed if it is true, because it's allegations. And I hope it's just not the what's going on right there. 'Cause that's
I
kinda
hope
scary.
they're actually removed in a way that actually makes a difference. Because it doesn't matter if they're removed with a golden parachute. Right. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if they're just relabeled and shifted to another high-end fucking job.
No, we want real actionable,
Right.
like
Get 'em
like,
out.
Get them like
Root 'em
you're
out.
done. If this,
Right.
if this is true, because this is all bad, like on all levels. If
Yeah,
you
it
read
sounds
the
pretty
allegations,
terrible.
it's like
Would we find out if this is true? Is this something that would settle out of court
It could.
It's very possible.
where we don't know?
I mean, she's also seeking a jury and
Yeah.
not mediation.
Right.
I would hope she takes it to the highest level, because based on
Yeah.
what she wrote in that article, this is very serious. Like you should not want to just settle and just move on. Like you should.
that is a good point. She
You
wants
should-
a jury. She wants that
You should
smoke.
want to let
wants
them
that
be
smoke. She wants that
exposed.
smoke.
She wants to expose them.
Yeah.
What's
So
she been
maybe we
saying?
will find out what's true and what's you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I hope she didn't take a settlement route, because I don't think she. Based on I don't feel like I don't know her personally. We don't know her personally, but I don't know. If you come with that,
It all depends
bro,
on how big the settlement is.
No,
Let's be honest.
No, you can't be bought. If you come with that kind of fire, you gotta like.
Let's
no,
be
you gotta
honest.
see it all the way
Most
through.
people can be bought.
I mean, that's true.
The point is, the whiskey community is not about that life,
What life?
right?
No.
Discrimination, all that toxic stuff that's in the allegations, and we don't expect or don't tolerate any company in the whiskey space or any at all. But since we're whiskey enthusiasts, that this is not something that should be just brushed aside,
No,
Right.
it shouldn't.
No, it definitely shouldn't.
right?
It
So
should not.
that's
It
the
shouldn't.
point.
And
That's the point.
and I think we, as consumers, I mean, also, I feel like we're somewhat in the industry now, but as consumers,
I hope so.
yeah. But I'm just, well, I'm just saying, you know,
You made it.
But I'm just saying, we also we have power to put our dollars where we want to put them, man. And I think
Yeah,
I think
always.
people can say, you know what, I'm not buying no Bardstown right now.
You got trash labels. You got
so-
trash owners.
Wow.
And so not only do we appreciate transparency and where the whiskey comes from, we care about who's actually stewarding the company and the
Right.
brand
100%.
and the culture that they're promoting. And so that's part of transparency as well.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. The rabbit hole go deep.
Yes, sir. So with that said, we'll catch you on the next update.
Breaking
Whiskey
news from Steady
news.
Pour.
Yeah.
Breaking news. I got breaking news across the banner.
We'll catch y'all next time. Let us know what y'all think. See us in the comments. We'll be there. Deuces.
Peace.
Peace. Much love to y'all.
Well, that concludes this episode of a Steady Pour podcast. Make sure